It's about to go down.
It's lovely pass, and there he turns cleverly. Can he find a finish? Oh, he can!
Skilled by Joshua, and a return right hand. Good counter right. Bullen is hurt. Second right hand. That clipped him as well. Now he goes in for the kill.
Well, Ricciardo is inching into the lead, and Ricciardo will win the Italian Grand Prix!
Gonzalo running the floor.
Still leading the way with Canada. In there too with the Netherlands.
And Musa makes it 4 goals in 2 World Cup matches.
The Monaco Grand Prix! Ricciardo triumphant in Monza.
Through Bowden Barrett and an early touch and an excellent.
Sports Orbit. We make the world go round.
Hello and welcome to yet another wonderful episode of Sports Orbit, coming to you live from the Leadership Podcast studio. My name is Afa Acho, and I'm not alone in the studio. I have with me Salifu Usman.
That's me.
Salifu, you are welcome to this wonderful episode.
It's my pleasure to be here again talking about sport.
All right, in this episode of Sports Orbit, we have a lot in store for you. Of course, we'll discuss Super Eagles preparation and the players already who have hit camp, because as we are all aware now, the camp of the Super Eagles is bubbling as about 21 players are already in camp, ready in readiness for the all-important World Cup qualifier against Central African Republic. Also, we'll analyze the Mayor of Florence apologies to Osimhen over the racial abuse he suffered in their last Serie A game. And of course, we also have a story about Brendan Rodgers and the Leicester City striker Iheanacho, and of course, other exciting stories. But first, we begin with the Super Eagles. Ahead of the double header against the Central African Republic, the camp of the Super Eagles is now bubbling as 21 players have already hit camp. The players in camp already, just quickly, is Ejuke Chidera, Daniel Akpeyi, Paul Onuachu, Samuel Kalu, Kevin Akpoguma, Jamilu Collins, Innocent Bonke, Toya Wawoni, Chidozie Awaziem, William Chus Ekong, Frank Onyeka, Leon Balogun, Kenneth Omeru, Francis Osoho, Victor Osimhen, Kelechi Iheanacho, among others. Salifu, this is a good development that at least it shows the seriousness that even the players have taken this all-important encounter.
Yeah, that is very good from the players, and just like the way they did against the match against the Liberians, they wanted to come early, and they have maintained that spirit. I think that's good news, and I quite commended the players for this new attitude that they are displaying to the national team. It's a very perfect one. The match is on Thursday, and today is Tuesday, and the house is already full, with the exception of Maduka Okoye, like the goalkeepers and Simons, who are still being expected, the 2 players who are being expected in the camp. So that is good. I think the team will have opportunity to train today, this evening. They're going to train this evening, and still have tomorrow to also perfect their strategy before the match on Thursday. So I commend the players for this attitude, and I pray that they should be able to sustain this spirit. That is a good one.
Yeah. Also, still on the Super Eagles, former Super Eagles player Victor Ekweba has claimed that the Eagles lack creativity in midfield. A lot of people have said the current Super Eagles squad, when it comes to attacking talent up front, we are not lacking. Even in the defense, we can say that we are at least doing fairly okay. But where has been worrisome is in the midfield, especially with the absence of Wilfred Ndidi and, of course, Ogene Etebo. What do you make of his statement?
Wilfred Ndidi is not even an attack. It's not a critical midfielder. It's just a holding midfielder who hold the defense and keep the defense together. But yes, Ikoba is not far from the truth. He's absolutely on the nose. He's a former players, and see, over the years since the exit of Gigi Okocha, we hardly have somebody in semblance of Gigi Okocha to come in the people were looking up towards Ibrahim, Rabbi Ibrahim.
No, at a point, even Mikel, but after
No,
playing under
yeah.
Mourinho for a while, he was transformed from an offensive midfielder to a defensive midfielder.
Why I didn't refer to Mikel issues? Mikel is already
That's yeah.
okay. You know, at the Holland 2005,
Mm.
when the Atletico team led by Champions when they finished being second behind
Yeah.
Argentina,
Mm.
Mikel was a world-class
Yes.
creative midfielder distributing the ball, and everybody was hoping, okay, yes,
The replacement for JJ
because at that particular time, Jay Okocha was still playing,
Yeah.
but not it's towards this edge point.
Mm.
So people were looking at the Okocha replacement has been naturally found.
Mm.
But unfortunately, and his move to Chelsea did was a hit below Mourinho converting to defensive midfielder, and that has over for within the period Mikel played. He's always at when he went to Chelsea, he played as a defensive midfielder. When he come to Nigeria, they try to use him as an attacking midfielder, which has not been too effective. So, and in 2000, when he came, the Rabbi Ibrahim at the 2007 World Cup in South Korea. So people were looking up to Rabbi Ibrahim and Aruna Lukman. Two of them were that to come. Rabbi Ibrahim to become a creative midfielder at this point. But unfortunately, Rabbi Ibrahim after that Youth World Cup, nobody heard of it.
I really wonder what happened to Rabbi.
So if you look at Nigeria, we have not been producing a creative midfielder. Even Joe Aribo, who is just coming from the Rangers, he's not. You can't quite lay.
He's not. He's more of a defensive.
It's more
ball holding
that to say it's an attacking midfielder. So, and even Alex won't be. Sometimes they play him as a defensive creative midfielder, but it's not too effective. It's not. You don't even play as a creative midfielder in Everton when he was last hour at the same time when he was last year. So it's obvious that we don't have a creative midfielder. And even the present cross of the players, all the players in the country, you look at them, if you look at them one by one, even a tempo, it's also more off ball holding than an attacking. So we don't naturally produce, or I'm not saying we not produce. Maybe they are yet to be discovered by the coach, but we don't have a creative midfielder who in the class of where we have during the day, who distribute ball and who pass ball, and that is what we are still struggling to score because we don't have somebody who pass ball and distribute ball.
Exactly. So are we saying that even, for instance, in the NPFL, judging by this, what we've seen, the few players we've seen, is there no natural creative midfielder in the NPFL that at least could be given a trial in the Super Eagles? From what you know of the NPFL, haven't you seen any?
I'm not a coach, so I don't. But what I'm saying is that in NPFL, out of 20 clubs we have in NPFL, you can't say there's no creative midfielder.
Because all of them must have at least a number 10 or number 8.
Yeah, they must have a number 10. So you can't say they have a creative midfielder. But it's left for the coach, and also most of our national team today even follow on our league.
That's another thing.
Also, General, who has been a Super Eagles coach for how many years now? For almost 4 years now. He has been in shadow for 4 years now. 4 years now, of course. Has he one day even spend a month to even sit home and watch the Nigerian league to follow players? All of a sudden, he only have his eyes on the Nigerian diaspora. Not Nigerian player abroad, Nigerian born in diaspora, Nigerian born in diaspora.
Who have never even stepped foot in Nigeria.
So these are the people you always look to bring to them to come and play for the country. And among those he has always bring, as he can't find anyone. Can you say that he can't find anywhere to say this is a creative player to bring to the team? But yes, just like you ever said, rightly, we need a creative midfielder. And anything that doesn't have a creative midfielder always suffer. And you can say, okay, for instance, if you look at when Manchester United, for example, when they were strong, the moment Fernandes come, find a creative midfielder, and before you know, Manchester United started dribbling.
Because a creative midfielder, that's his who facilitates the transition between defense to attack.
It's a transition. So once that transition is not there, what do you do? Exactly. It's always there's a missing link. Anything that doesn't have a creative midfielder. But if you have a natural creative midfielder, you see the team playing well. For example, look at Barcelona during the eras of the Xavi Hernandez. You see Iniesta. You see them. You see the Barcelona that era. You can't compare to Barcelona. Even when the Messi left, Messi cannot tell us it's natural. He don't miss those two players.
Of course.
So the only sign is on the coach to be able to. I think we need to find a creative leader. You can't say that I'm out of 200 million Nigerians. You can't find a creative leader.
All right, still on to football, and of course, the mayor of Florence has come out to apologize to Mr. Osimhen over the racist abuse he suffered last weekend. Good one for him. He has come out to say that, I mean, this was just a small portion of the supporters, that this is not the behavior of the people of Florence. That, I mean, those people should not even call themselves supporters of the team or citizens of that country. But he has come out to at least apologize to Osimhen, also to Khalidou Koulibaly, and of course, Andre Frank Zambo and Wisa of Senegal over the racist abuse. Sorry, of Cameroon. Good one coming from him.
Yes, good one coming to him. Like, it's just a step. But they still need to go further.
Yeah.
If only they need to bring this thing to a halt
Mm.
and to stop people to eliminate racism from football. Yes, is the enough. That this apology will not be enough to serve as a deterrent to the other form who are known for such kind of attitude. So the best thing to do and the only thing is to fix out those particular players who abuse those African players, who abuse those black players, and give them a heavy sanction that will serve as a deterrent to the team. And at the same time, I also know that just as we say, the fifth, the UEFA, and even the Serie A authority, body, should also come out having a heavy sanction. The clubs can be in control of their fans. That's the best way to coming to apologize. Okay, I'm sorry. It's not you. It's not you.
Because everybody can
It can still happen.
apologize.
It still happen.
Exactly.
It still happen tomorrow, and you come again. Say I'm sorry. No. Yes, it's good to apologize, but it is good with the heavy sanction.
Exactly. And this incident of racial abuse, especially Italy, has been very notorious for, a lot of countries in Europe among the top 5 leagues. Have taken these things very seriously. So you don't really see those incidents, but this thing, every season you hear about it in Italy. It's not so much of like the way you hear it anymore in England, even though it's still like this, but it's not as pronounced as it is in Italy. Something must be wrong with Italian
Some
football.
people, if someone is wrong, you tell about, but just like yet, it's not as pronounced as other countries. But this in Israel in particular is Italian. Even at the World Cup,
Yes.
anytime they play World Cup, it's only from the Italian that we hear all this kind of racism abuse. So the football bodies need to come out heavily and do that. They try to find a permanent solution to this issue. We can't continue to be abused as a based because of your color.
Exactly.
And it's like in Italy, for instance, the black player has done Italy national team proud more than they even they took off. How many black players have played for international team, and they have done well for the Italian national team, but yet they still refer to themselves because of their color that they are better than the black player. It is not true. It's not true.
Yeah. All right. We hope the football authorities, FIFA, UEFA, and of course even
It's not enough to just campaign against racism.
Exactly.
It needs to
Yes,
put up
that is why some
stop
players even said the issue of taking the knee. Some black players said they are not even going to do that because they don't even see the effect
Yes.
of taking the knee, because it goes beyond going to take the knee before a football match. Yes, fine. You're
Just like you recommended yesterday, if a club is found to abuse a player, use a racism award or a racism gesture, just to be banned, and if they are not banned, deduct the point.
Yeah.
For instance, any racism abuse, any abuse identified from the fans, not from the team, you lose 3 points. You discover that within within a certain period of time, racism will be wiped out completely from football. Because most of those fans, they value their club and they don't want their club to suffer anything. But if you know that if my attitudes will bring down the club, they will adjust quickly. And that is the way to go.
All right, we still have so much in store for you on this episode of Sports Orbit. Before we come back and continue, we have here in the choice in the news plus other lots of exciting stories. But we'll come back and deal with that. But until then, we'll go on a short break and then we'll come back. Sports Orbit continues. Don't go nowhere. All right, welcome back to Sports Orbit right here on the Leadership Podcast Studio. Also joining us all the way from Lagos is our colleague Wale Ayeni. Hello, Wale, can you hear us? Well, before we get back to Wale, let's roll on. Brendan Rodgers, the coach of Leicester City, has come out to say that Iheanacho cannot play in another position. I don't exactly know what he means. He means that fans have come out to complain that Iheanacho is not seeing plenty of action like they expect him to. But the coach has said that for him to properly accommodate Iheanacho, he will have to adjust or change his tactics. This is a striker. I know that a lot of strikers should be able to play in all front three attacking positions, whether the left, the middle, or the right. So why would Brendan Rodgers say Iheanacho can't play in any other position? In the other 17, we saw him. I don't think the role he played in the other 17 was exactly the same role he's playing at Leicester City. I think players should be able to be adaptable. What do you make of this?
Well, he's the charge of Iheanacho at the moment, but even me too, I'm a bit confused by his position. Okay, for instance, at the same time, the way he's not even using the Iheanacho effectively, sometimes I begin to question his judgment. What is this? If he's a player that has come from the bench, oftentimes giving a go, oftentimes giving a go, and we are still keeping such players on the bench. So, and it's good that the fans started complaining, and that's why he started him against Crystal Palace on Sunday.
Open scoring.
In the 30 minutes, the guy was able to open the score. And it's now said, okay, you can't play him until you have to adjust his formation. Okay, even though you can't play him, you have to adjust his formation. Because the guy who was benching Iheanacho for James Vardy, is he effective as Iheanacho? I'm not talking of the previous record, we're talking about at the moment. We are looking at the moment, is he effective more than Iheanacho? And at the same time, Vardy and Iheanacho have often seen them, both of them play together, and they have been effective. So I don't know what he means by Iheanacho cannot play unless he says he's a national striker, unless you play him as a striker, he can't play anything. Okay, the match against he scored 2 goals against Labeda. He didn't play as a striker. Vitor Semo was the up-front striker, but he was a supporting striker, and he gave us 2 goals. So why I used to try? I disagree with him for saying that. I disagree with him for saying that Iheanacho cannot play as a striker, and other than cannot play any other place other than the striker. But I say just like he can play in any up-front position. In the Super Eagles, even in the Super Eagles team, he has not only been a point man as a striker. He always plays as a supporting striker and has been too effective. So I don't know what he means by saying he can't play another position other than striker. And if you cannot play him another position, and he's only striker, put him that striking, and he's delivering. All he wanted to see is for him to deliver, and he's delivering. He's delivering what we want him to give him. So what should we put him on the bench?
I really think all these excuses, coaches will always have something to say, because maybe during your post-match or your pre-match, they'll always ask you questions. So you have to always answer. So I just think it's just trying to sound politically correct, because for a striker, we've seen Ian Acho play several times for the Eagles, and he does not even play as the point man.
No, point one.
You know, so I don't see why he can't even say, okay, why not I deploy him in the role he plays for the Eagles? Same for Leicester City, because a lot of times Leicester City plays with just one man up front, which is Jimmy Vardy. And a few times they've also played together. In the last match, they played together. You know, so I really don't know what he means by that. All right, still moving on to that. Now we'll move on straight to doping, where the World Anti-Doping Agency (WADA) has signed off on all outstanding critical and high priority corrective actions. And what that means is that WADA has cleared Nigeria of anti-doping rules non-compliance. Good news for Nigeria. You know, there was a lot of hue and cry about fallout of the Olympics, what went wrong and all of that. But WADA has come out to clear Nigeria, to give us a clean bill of health for non-compliance as it comes to anti-doping.
I think I want to use the opportunity to say the Minister of Youth and Sport. I want to use it to commend him. You know, so sometimes when somebody, a political office, would make a statement, and within a period of time, you begin to see the effect of that statement. You need to commend such a person. What happened at the incident that happened at the Tokyo Olympic when 10 Nigerian athletes were disqualified from competing because of out of COVID test, and what the out of COVID test, what even necessitated out of COVID test, what necessitated out of COVID test for the athletes. It's not every athlete that comes to the competition were forced to go for three out of COVID test.
Absolutely.
For instance, it's only when your nation, your country is being placed on non-compliance for the doping rule that they are saying you are known for a cheating. For doping, that is when the athletic integrity always want to have an eye on your athletes and to monitor them frequently, often. So, and when that incident happened, the Minister of Youth and Sport instantly make it so they say, I'm going to ensure that Nigeria is removed from the list of non-compliance with that doping rule.
And he has kept to
his word. This was just within a 2 month. We finished Olympic by August 8th. Just within a 2 month. Now we are seeing the result, and Nigeria has been removed from that non-compliant list of COVID rule. So that is good, and at the same time, they shouldn't stop there. They should follow up. The next action that I wanted to Nigeria to do now is to ensure that we have a laboratory in our own country to test the samples of our athletes, rather than go to South Africa or go to Kenya to test our athletes. So, ministers, kudos, I will commend you for the steps you have taken so far to ensure that Nigeria complies with the rule. But if you still want to use the PWA office to go further and ensure that Nigeria has a laboratory to test our own sample of athletes. There's no need going to South Africa. There's no need pay to go to Kenya to test the sample for our athletes. Good, I commended the Vincent and I commended the new World of Athletic Federation to keep it to this their promise and to ensure that they should also go further and accept that yes, anything athlete doping related issue is removed from Nigeria.
Good news coming from that one there. This piece of good news is contained in 2 separate letters dated August 2nd and 4th, 2021, and addressed to the National Anti-Doping Committee. And of course, we say kudos to the Minister of Youth and Sports for keeping to his word and assuring that Nigeria has been cleared by the World Anti-Doping Agency. All right, still on sports now, move over straight to cricket, where the new president of the Nigerian Cricket Federation, Uyi Akbata, has revealed plans to recruit 250,000, not 250, 250,000 youths across the country into the sport of cricket. Do you think this is just one of the statements people make when they, savoring an election victory or seeking for office? Do you think this is achievable? We are not talking of 250 athletes or 2,500 athletes. I thought it was 2,500. 250,000 athletes to play cricket.
Well, we just hope that it's not a electoral campaign or just one of those political statements that people make out of nothing. But if you look at his statement and roll out in the background, you say, okay, in the previous it's going to build on the instruction led by his predecessor. He was at the former board, he was the vice president, he was the vice president of that board. He served with the Professor Yaya Apanya as a first vice president, and he according to him, there was a plan they executed that time where they recruited about 16 regional training officials and across the state, across the country. And out of that 16 regional training, they are going to recruit more, 20 more, to ensure that each of the states of the federation has a regional athlete, has a regional training officer, and each of those states will be demanded to produce 2,000 athletes from their respective states and to be able to meet up with 2,050,000 youth that he wanted to introduce athletes. We hope. Even though my appeal to him that yes, he has given a very wide point, or how do I describe it? But even at least what we expect him, he should try and most as possible to even bring Nigeria up among the target nations.
Exactly.
Because in Africa, we are talking of cricket in Africa, talk of South Africa, talk of Zimbabwe. Now the Rwandas are also coming. The Rwanda are also coming. So you should ensure that we came apart in that this something. But if you look at OBO, whether we like it or not, in the recent time, in the last 3 or 4 months, Nigeria has at least been up in the games of cricket. We have started playing international and often at time.
All right, colleague and correspondent Wale Ayeni seems like he has joined us. Wale, how are you doing over there?
I'm fine. I'm fine, Alpha and Salifu. It's great to be on Sport Orbit today. As you can see, work is actually ongoing, and right there in the Super Eagles camp, a whole lot of players have actually, come into camp, and they are really, ready to actually get to do the nation proud. Feel as that is actually, coming in and out from the camp at this point in time. The boys are ready to get the job done against the Central African Republic. If they can actually make it out from the double header against the Central African Republic, I mean, getting the 3 points here in Lagos and also going far away, to actually get the 3 points, and then they will be home and dry, and they will ensure, that qualification for the next stage of the World Cup qualifiers.
So there are 21 players in camp. The camp is full, bubbling. When are the Eagles expected to at least have a feel of the Teslim Balogun Stadium for their first training session?
Okay, about 20 something minutes from now, the Eagles will be coming in to the refurbished, I would say yes, it's a refurbished, grass pitch right there at the Teslim Balogun Stadium, because I spoke to some of the stadium workers in the Balogun Stadium, and they actually told me that the grass in the pitch has been actually be upgraded, and the Super Eagles are expected, to train 5 p.m. Later this evening. Coach Kenneth will actually getting to map out his plan to ensure that they have 3 points in the bag at the end of the match between Central African Republic right there in Lagos. Also, Filas actually coming in at this point in time is that the Central African Republic are expected, to land in Lagos this evening ahead of the double header against Nigeria. So any moment from now, they should arrive in Lagos, and hopefully, if they can train this evening, we rest assured that they will get a feel of the Teslim Balogun Stadium tomorrow morning, hopefully, for their first training right there in Lagos.
Well, if you look at it, you are there to the Liberia match, the match against Liberia. Compared to the moon then and now, what is the delegation? What are the delegation? What are they saying about the coming match on Thursday?
Of course, the negotiations are actually happy at this point in time, because at this time they are beginning to see that Lagos is the home of the Super Eagles. They want the Nigerian Football Federation, talking about the Amaju-led board, to actually ensure that they get to bring one match right there in Lagos at the Teslim Balogun Stadium, because even the 5,000 fans that CAF have actually approved for this particular match, they actually need more numbers to actually come into the stadium, because even the last match we played against Liberia, a whole lot of fans were not allowed to enter into the stadium due to the number of the fans given to the Nigerian Football Federation by CAF. So by and large, the fans are happy to see the Super Eagles come to play in Lagos once again. It's just so sad that the likes of Wilfred Iwobi, Etabo will actually be missing in action when the Super Eagles play against the Central African Republic on Thursday.
Okay, before we let you go, Can you tell us how much is an fees for the ticket, or is it all they get is through open?
Of course, so the last time there was
Ticket,
no
or
money.
is the fee is through open for the fans?
Okay, no, the last time there was no gate token for fans. It was just based on invitation. Special fans were given the ticket. So this time around, I think it's going to be the same thing that will happen. They were not going to sell any tickets. They will actually give it to those trusted fans that they will actually ensure that they will come into the stadium and ensure that they will not encroach into the pitch. So it's not going to be thrown open to a whole lot of fans. It's just going to be selected fans that will be given the match day ticket.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Wale, for joining us. We'll be having you also tomorrow, and of course, in the build-up to the match with the holding between the Super Eagles and the Central African Republic. So, thanks for having you with us.
Of course, after the fight, I just really want to talk about the lack of creativity in the middle of the park for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. We know that since the likes of JJ Okocha were actually playing, we are actually finding it difficult to have a good replacement for him. We thought that Rabiu Ali was going to be a fine replacement for JJ Okocha, but after the Under-17 World Cup, the Under-20, Nations Cup, we didn't get to see more action from him. But hopefully, with the likes of player coming up, I felt that Kelechi Iheanacho was about to fill up that shoe before he actually went to Man City, and they were actually playing him as a central striker. But at this point in time, we are actually getting to see the likes of this guy that played for Yimba before joining the Tunisia side, Esperon. Talking about Anayo Iroala. I hope in the future that he gets to play in the middle of the park, and hopefully we should get to see more players getting to fill up the shoe of JJ Okocha going forward. Thank you, Alpha and Salifu, for having me. Do enjoy the rest of the show.
All right, viewers, with that, this is where we draw the curtains on today's episode of Sports Orbit. Just stay right tuned with us. This match between Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Central African Republic coming up on Thursday. We'll be right here giving you live updates, giving you the preview, analysis, and of course, review of that matches until we come your way again tomorrow. Salifu, thanks for having you on this show today.
Thank you.
And until I come your way again tomorrow with another exciting episode of Sports Orbit. My name is Afa Cho, and I'm saying stay safe out there and goodbye.